Hi. So, this is a reading of In Darfur, which is a provocative account of 3 intertwined lives at a camp for internally displaced persons in Darfur. The story follows an aid worker's mission to save and protect lives, a journalist's pursuit to deliver a page-1 story, and a Darfuri woman's quest for safety. It is a searing story of urgency and international significance. The play is In Darfur by Winter Miller, and it will be read by Jack Neal and Evan Adams, and we're doing 2 scenes, and there's a pause in between them.
This is aid personnel only.
I'm a journalist.
The clinic is FRD only.
I was hoping to talk to a doctor.
You can't interview staff or IDPs.
Do I tell you how to suture?
Who do you write for?
Marika Lindstrom, New York Times.
I guess nobody briefed you, but you can't just interview them.
That's not policy in a UNHCR-run camp.
The rules are from HAC. No photos, no reporters.
I got a Sling gig, didn't I?
I don't know who you bribed, but if the Sudanese police see you talking to anyone, including me, there are consequences. Just being seen with you is dangerous for the IDPs. I'm not trying to thwart your reporting, but...
Before the slaughter taking place beneath your eyes, I was in Bosnia.
You say that like I'm letting someone get murdered. I'm fixing
Before
bodies.
Bosnia, I was in Rwanda, and while I appreciate your caution...
Well, it's for the...
I'm not a rookie.
I'm just trying to do my job, which is save lives. A Norwegian reporter interviewed an IDP in Kutum camp. The story ran, the Sudanese police killed the IDP. I need you to get out of my tent.
Why don't you have any patients?
This is the overflow clinic. I use it as my office.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Are they off the record?
If you need them to be, yes.
I do.
I've seen very few men in the camp or outside the camp. Where are they?
Janjaweed men kill the men.
Do you know anything about a convoy of women a week ago who went to scavenge for firewood and the Janjaweed gang raped them and set fire to them with the firewood they collected? Did any of them survive?
I know as much as you know.
I'm on a deadline. Talk to me about the basics. Is there any sign of the African Union here?
Not that I've seen.
Is it just women who go to get the firewood?
Mothers choosing among their children who to send out. If they send out their son, he gets killed. If they send their daughter, she gets raped. So they send their daughters or go themselves.
Are those patient homes?
Yeah. Without these records, there's no evidence of genocide. It's the most useful thing I do here.
What makes you positive is genocide?
Are you blind?
I've talked to people on the ground who say this is a scorched earth massacre.
The Janjaweed are killing black Africans by the thousands.
Obviously there are formal obligations with the word genocide. The word has a responsibility to act. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Look, if they're not gunned down in their villages, it's going to be death by malnutrition and starvation in an IDP camp later. It's all genocide.
So what do you do with the
I
reports?
submit them to my bosses. You breathe a word of what I say here, you jeopardize all of FRD in Sudan.
I won't. How big is this camp? 30,000?
Maybe 50.
You haven't told me your name.
Carlos.
Where are you from?
Argentina, raised in the States. Directly related to Eva Perón.
I'm half Swedish, half Iranian. As far as I know, no dictators in our family tree. Did you grow up in Argentina?
How did you even get into Zaliji camp? Did you sneak in?
Absolutely not. I sat for weeks in Khartoum waiting to get permission to come to Darfur. I finally got to Darfur and was stuck in the HAC office waiting for clearance. I was there every day, all day, and I just kept on him for a stamp. I don't know if he got permission or was just desperate to get rid of me. Could I read some of those, just for background? Look, Carlos, we're on the same side. If this is genocide, I want to get the story out. I'm looking for evidence. I need information.
You won't put any specifics in print. Not this camp, not anyone's initials, not me. For your edification only.
Agreed. Thank you.
Steer clear of my clinic. I better not find anything I said off the record in the New York Times. What did I say the very first time I saw you? I said be careful with the repercussions for them.
Because...
No, you don't listen to anyone. Not if it wasn't what you want to hear.
Look, I came here to
get on the front page. You profit off her. What did she get? Beaten and raped.
I didn't mean for this to happen to her.
I'm not finished. I've seen 13-year-old girls who have guns shoved inside of them. When you think you've seen it all, an American idiot walks in and makes the cycle repeat itself.
I'm trying to stop the cycle. You're only seeing one side of
Marika,
her.
you knew the risk she took, but you still put her name and her photo.
I did. It's not a decision that was made lightly. If I hadn't done that...
Then what?
Then the story wouldn't have been put in the paper at all. If the story
What is that? Your justification?
I don't have to justify. There was a...
You're a top-flight reporter, but I'm supposed to believe something you didn't want to put in the paper got in.
Yes! Wake up, it happens all the fucking time. Everything is a compromise. This is how it works.
Was it worth it?
I don't know. In terms of what happened to Howard, no. And I'm sorry. But for what you're doing here, and for what I'm doing here, I risked harm to one person in order to draw that could save hundreds, maybe more. I hope it's worth it.
I'm here day in and day out at people's bedsides, trying to put them back together. But you parachute in for a couple of days. You don't know. You show up with power and privilege, and regardless of your intentions, you've got Ayla's blood on your hands. You got the story. What are you still doing here? Leave.